The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is CNEagles.com. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman secondary coach Aaron Hutsell. Aaron, continue our position previews today with arguably not only perhaps the deepest unit of the defense, but potentially of the entire football team. Loads of talent in the defensive backfield and plenty of All-Americans. In Ian Jacob a couple years ago, Jerry McLeese, first-team All-Conference guy. What do you like about the back four?
I think the best thing probably right now is competition. Like you said it, athletically, we have some pretty good kids athletically, but the thing about those guys, they're really working hard. And, you see four sometimes out there during the game and during practice, but we've got more than four. I mean, we've got a lot of kids that really work hard. And so you're going to see, a lot of guys playing for us in the back end this year. So the competition, the depth, and, certainly the character of those guys are doing a great job. They're working hard.
Let's focus on Jerry McLeese, led the team in tackles a year ago. What's he done now coming into his junior season to cement himself as the squad's starting safety?
Yeah, I think Jerry's really just started to understand what it takes to get to a high level. I think one thing with Jerry last year, he had a ton of production and he didn't even start every game. I mean, that was a crazy thing last year with him. He had a ton of production. He's capable of doing that, but I think he's starting to understand the little things that help him, really become a safety, become a starting safety, how to get other people lined up, how to direct traffic in the back end. Those are all the things that I think he's starting to grow into. And, I think he's poised for a really good year this year.
What's the one thing in the off-season that you tried to push this group forward with to become an elite level secondary?
I think really the biggest thing, with those guys you risk is complacency and just not being complacent. And I think the good thing with that is we have enough depth and we have enough people who are competing on the back end. I don't think anybody can be complacent because, any one of those guys that came in and started for us last year, they're not guaranteed a spot heading into this year. Accolades, whatever they may be, that doesn't matter. That stuff's all in the past. So guys got to come compete every single day to have a job, and, the depth chart changes every single day, and it's going to change probably every single week. So I know that doesn't help. I know that doesn't help you out a whole lot, but that's just the reality of it. The reality is we've got some good football players. They work hard, and whoever's the best at the end of the week is going to end up starting for us.
So when I came to you a couple days ago to put together the depth chart for the DBs, and we were talking corners, it was Jason Williams or Dante Thomas or Ian Jacob or David Crumity.
Yeah, exactly right.
You talk about that level of competition. Yeah. I'm sure you would feel comfortable with any of those individuals starting.
I trust those guys. They're all game ready. They've all played game experience. I trust every single one of them. All of them have different strengths and weaknesses, certainly, and you work to improve all of those strengths and weaknesses with every single one of them. But they've all played a lot of football. They're all, grown up. And, by no means are they there yet, but certainly they've been battle tested and they're always working to get better. So, whoever starts at the end of the week, it doesn't matter. The guy behind them is going to end up playing anyway. We got to have that depth. You face option teams, who are fast tempo. You got to have a million guys playing in the back end to stay fresh. And then the same thing holds true with all the spread teams as well. You got to have you got to have defensive backs on the field, and you got to have a lot of them. And you got to have, they make up a ton of your special teams. So you got to have a bunch of them. They got to be ready to go.
Is there any newcomer who has stood out to you that's made impressive waves in camp?
Yeah, I think probably the biggest one that stands out, newcomer, is Xavier McFadden. He's done a great job. He's a guy who's a transfer. Started out at South Carolina State, then he went to Hutchinson Community College, and he's here with us now, and we're very fortunate to have him. He's a guy who can play free safety. He can hit like a strong safety. He can play corner. He's good on all your special teams. He's a great football player. He really is. So he's probably been the one that stood out the most. In terms of young guys, I've seen some great things from, Jamar Johnson. Emmanuel Orange is doing a great job. He's not a young guy. He's an old guy, but he's done a great job as well. Parker Shelton's been a guy who's really stepped it up as well. That whole core nucleus of what we've had here for, 2 and 3 years. Those guys are doing a great job. And, they all deserve a pat on the back. They're doing an awesome job.
Aaron, pleasure as always, and good luck this season.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
It's Carson-Newman secondary coach Aaron Hutsell. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is CNEagles.com.